Okay, for the reinforcement, basically, when you do the reinforcement, especially if you have a structure like this, if you show everything in the view, then adding the reinforcement is quite difficult because there's a lot of interfering views, right? So what you can do is just simply right click and then show only selected, press the shift key and show only selected, and then concentrate on one element. So when you do the reinforcement, you concentrate on the element per element first. Don't show everything. Because if you show everything, then especially if the other elements has the reinforcement, then it's quite difficult to look onto the model. Okay, so you need to and then right click, redraw, right click, show on. If you select right click and then show only selected without pressing the shift key, then you can still see the other part. Okay, but if you select, if you redraw, if you select this one, right click and then press the shift key and then show only selected, then everything will vanish. Will be hidden in the view.
Right click, then show the selected.
Shift
Press?
Shift, press the shift key, hold.
And then this one?
And then, yes.
Oh, okay.
And then, again, I think you're selecting the assembly. When you're doing the detailing, make it sure that you always select the component or select objects in component, not select assembly. Select assembly is, let's say, sometimes for viewing or moving or copying purpose only. But for the detailing, make it sure that you select component or objects in component. Okay, next is the reinforcement here. If you look onto the under the concrete, you can see the rebar. Under the rebar, you can see a different way of adding the rebar. So the first one is the rebar group. The second one is the bar, which is the single bar. The third one is the curved bar group. The third one is the circular bar group, and then there's a mesh, there is a strand, and then there's a splicing. Okay? The rebar by default is attached to the part. Okay? The rebar by default is attached to the part. Why? Because when you add the rebar, it will ask you pick the part to reinforce. So meaning, you need to select the part to reinforce. So once you select the concrete body, so meaning, you are going to reinforce that concrete body. So by default, the rebar is attached to that concrete body. But here, there is an option to detach the rebar from part. So meaning, you can remove the attachment of that rebar to that concrete. Okay? One example is you have the foundation, you have the column. When you add the starter bar, the first time is you pick the part to attach to pick the column to attach the starter bar. Then suddenly you realize that the starter bar must be attached to the foundation. So you can detach from the column and then attach to the foundation. So anytime you can do that one. Okay, so don't worry whether you attach that one to the correct part or not, because later on you can detach it. Okay, so let's start with the bar group. Select this bar group. Automatically, again, on your right hand side, you will see the properties of the bar group. Okay? Now, under the bar group, there is a rebar group type. So the rebar group type could be normal, could be tapered ridge, could be tapered curve, or spiral, and so on. Okay, so these are the options. At the moment, we're going to use the normal. So for the normal, the number of cross-section is only one. Because normal is, let's say, if you have a rectangular, then from start to end, it's the same shape. So that's one is one cross section. If it is tapered, then the number of cross section is 2. Okay, because tapered, this end, this start is different the size of the end, so tapered. So at the moment we use the normal. Okay, name, rebar. So what could be the name? What could be the possible name here? Any name could be possibly put here. Let's say I will type here main bar. I can type link. I can type stirrup. I can type lateral bar, lateral link, something like that. Different name, huh? That one is just a name. And then for the grade and size is, okay, look, grade and size are partner. In rebar, grade and size. So actually, you can just simply click on the size here, and then it will show you this table for the grade and size. So look, if I click the edge, so these are the size available in the edge. If I press R, these are the available size for the R, and so on. So let's say edge. So you will notice here that under the edge there is no number 13.
Yeah.
But you can add the number 13 if you like. Okay. Before I go here, let me show you where to add the sizes of the reinforcement. So I'm going to show you the rebar database. So rebar database, you can go to the Windows, okay, Control E. If you press Control E, before we continue, I will show you the rebar database because that one is very important. So go to Tekla Structures, C, open the Windows Explorer or the File Explorer, and then go to the File Explorer. So Window E, this symbol, Window E.
Window E.
Yeah, that one. So go to the C, Tekla Structures,
Okay, C, the class structure.
2020.
2020.
Student nga pala yun sa inyo, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in that case, you go to 2019,
2019. Okay.
environment,
Environment. Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia, general, profile,
Profile.
and then you can see there the rebar database INP.
Rebar database. Oh.
Yeah.
Click.
Double click, and then, okay, we're not going to do this one. I just want to show you where to put here. Okay, so look, in this case, you can just simply select, copy this line, right click, copy, and then put that one on the last line, and then paste it, and then change the size to 13, like this. You don't need to do that. I'm just showing you where to modify later.
But here also no 13.
Yeah, meaning you need to create. So copy the H12, paste, and then change the 12 to 13.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, this one actually need to copy, bring over there and copy.
Yes. So I just want to show you where it will. Again, this one is some advanced topic, but it's good for you to know rebar database. Okay. Now let's move on. Under the H, I'm going to select, let's say, 16. Click OK. So look, automatically when I select 16, the grade will change to H. Or you can select here, select H, and then you select the sizes here. Same thing. Okay? So let's say H16. And then the bending radius, actually this bending radius is the bending radius that you will find or you will found in the rebar database. In the rebar database, you will see that the radius there are automatic radius, standard radius there. So usually the radius is times the diameter of the bar. So if I use 16 bar, then the radius is 32. But the radius, times 2. But I can change this one anytime if you like. Okay, because sometimes the standard radius doesn't fit my requirement, so I need to change it a little bit. So the class number, I will choose, let's say, number 2.
Class is represent color, right? Huh?
Class is just a color, yeah. And then for the hook, I want you to select no hook, the start and end no hook. Okay, and then the cover thickness, I want you to put 0, 0, 0, 0. So just follow this one. Cover thickness on plane
0.
0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so once you have that, then you have now the target spacing is 200, so meaning 200, 200. By default, it's 200, it's there, okay? So now, it's time for us to add the rebar to the concrete. So what is the next step? What is the next step?
Point into the...
Here, you can read, again,
Pick the part.
always read on the bottom left corner, okay? Pick the part to reinforce. So what is the part to reinforce? The foundation. So I'm going to click this one. Click. Okay, so once you click on this one, you can now pick the shape of the bar. So let's say the shape of the bar is U. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And then middle button of your mouse. And then pick the range to indicate the reinforcement. So 1, 2. And there you go. So you have now, you press the control 2, and then you have the reinforcement.
How about the right?
Yeah.
But when this one...
Escape. Interrupt. Right click,
Okay.
interrupt, and then click the view. Control, control 2 na yan. Yeah.
Pero may dimension siya.
Yeah, if you select
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, when this one got hook?
because you did not change the no
I
hook.
think I'll change that.
Yeah.
Can change that? Hook. No hook. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, okay. Yes.
Okay. Now that you have this reinforcement, I want you to play with the cover thickness from plane start. Put the value here and then put the hook. I want you to play with this value. Okay? So I want you to change the value here and then look and then modify and look what will happen to your reinforcement. Okay? I will give you time to work on that one, and then we will continue discussing. Couple of years they put this option to put the summation of the total length of the rebar. This one is a very good option. Why? Especially if you have a like for example your crosshead is quite big, let's say 22 meters. So using this value, you don't when you do the cutting, when you split the rebar, you can see already, let's say the market size. If you want the 12 meter, you can identify up to what is the 12 meter. So this one is a very good option that you can see the total length of the reinforcement. Okay, now this total length, look, 3774. That 3774, because my value on the cover is still 0. So now, what is the on plane? On plane is the cover thickness where on the shape that you pick. If I type here 35, enter, So look, the length changes, and then look, that is the 35 millimeter. So it will go in. And then the prone plane is the cover where your distance, or where the range of the reinforcement, when you pick the range of the reinforcement.
End to end.
So end to end. So from here, if I type here 50, enter, so there will be a 50 here, and then there will be a 50 here. So that is the range. Now, what is the start and end? So look, if I type here stand, again, the start, if I type here 50, it will go in. It will go in. Okay, this one is, again, if I type negative, it will go out.
Go up.
Go up. Okay, but again, this one is it's exemption to the rule of going up is positive, going down is negative. Okay, in this case, that rule doesn't work on this case. Now, if you want to have the exposed rebar, remember we have the exposed rebar in your project. You have some exposed rebar, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, you don't need to put a concrete on the top, but I will just simply type, let's say 250, and then this one is negative 250, and then you have the exposed rebar.
Start the bar.
Yeah. So now, if you type here 90 degrees, 90 degrees, then you have now the 90 degrees, and then if you type here 180 degrees, 180 degrees, that one is a standard 180 degrees hook. Now, look, 180 degrees, if I want to type, let's say the length here become, I want to make it 150, I cannot change 150 here.
Oh.
Why? Because it's standard.
Oh.
Now, if you want to change
Custom.
that one to custom, and then type here 150, and then here 150. Now, if you want this one to be bent outside, what we need to do is
Minus.
negative 180 degrees. And if you type negative 90 degrees, it will bend outside. So this one is quite flexible.
So meaning if it's positive actually in the only facing all in the concrete itself, in the component itself, right? All
By default, yes, by
By
default,
default,
yeah. By default. So if I type here 90 degrees, then it will face that,
Ah.
90 degrees. Okay?
How
So,
about
and
the other side? This side? 180 to 70. No, if one rebar go on the other side, can do no? This one rebar.
what do you mean other? This one here?
Oh, cannot right?
Uh,
Only one rebar go the other side.
Only one rebar.
Cannot.
This one piece of
Yeah,
rebar.
this rebar. Turn the other side.
Okay. Okay. If that one, if your question is only one rebar to
Yeah.
turn on the other side,
Yeah.
then all you need to do is select this bar, right click, and then ungroup.
Oh, okay.
So if you ungroup this one,
One by one.
now this one I can change this one
Okay.
to custom hook, and then negative.
Okay.
And then you select again,
Okay, ungroup.
and then group again.
Okay.
But again, if you group, it will go back, because group is should be one same thing. So you just group only the similar, but the other, it will be wrong if you group that one with the other
Correct.
one is bending, because that one is different piece mark anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understand.
Okay, so that one is the group and then ungroup. Okay. Now, also here there is a distribution. Let's say earlier it's 200, right? So this one is
Spacing, right? It's a
spacing is 200. If I type here 50, so that one is 50-50. And let's say 200. And then here, if you type here distribution by number of reinforcing bar, you can type, let's say, 25 reinforcement. So it doesn't matter whatever the spacing calculated there. Okay, so it will not consider the spacing, but only the quantity. Usually, we use the quantity when we are doing the main bar, the quantity, because the spacing, we don't care about the spacing as long as the quantity is there. But for the spacing, we usually use the spacing when we are doing the links or stirrups. Okay, so you have now the target spacing 200. So target spacing, meaning the spacing of this one is not actually 200. It will be
Lesser.
It will be lesser, but your target is 200. Unless you select the exact spacing value. If you select the exact spacing value with a flexible first space, so meaning the first space will be smaller. Right? If you click on this one,
Yeah.
so look, this one are 200, 200, 200, 200, but look, this one will be less because you want the exact spacing of 200. So this is the distribution method in Tekla structure for the reinforcement. Okay, now let's continue. Let's continue. I'm going to change again this one to 50, then 50. Okay, with that one. Then now let's add another reinforcement. This time I'm going to color this one as color green, and then I'm going to pick pick the part to reinforce, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then middle button of your mouse, and then pick the point 1, 2. Then now you have this reinforcement to the other side. Okay, can you do that one first? And then we will deal with the clashing. After you do it, then we will deal with this clashing for the reinforcement. Okay.
Ba't iba yung head ko, sir? Ay, may head. Lucy.
So I have the one question. For example, the left hand side, the hook, and the right hand side is different height.
Different?
The height difference.
Yeah. Okay. So here you have the option here. So let's say, for example, this one is negative to 500. See? Is that what you mean? I have a different height. So you can control that one on the start and end.
Okay. Now, how we insert the small link at the bigger link center? For example, this one is the bigger link
Okay.
near to the surface of the concrete. Then how we into the insert another small link at the center. Let's say this one the section here. This one is the bigger link.
Okay.
Then
Sorry.
the small link.
Sorry if I can you draw that one, the one you want to you can erase that one if you like. I think this one, no, this one. Here. You can use it for a while.
Yes, sir. Why may...
I think you forgot to pick the top. You delete and then pick the 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I delete this.
Different group. Okay. We will go there. We will go there. We will go to that part, especially when we are in the beam. Okay. So at the moment, let's do this one first. Okay. Okay. So this one is 50. Yeah. Okay. So now, you get it, sir?
I cannot.
Hindi, delete mo muna, sir, bago create ka ulit. That 3 points lang siguro ang na-pick mo dyan eh. Yeah. Baka 1, 2, 3 ka lang din. Ano ka? 1. Hindi, teka. Yan, tulad noon. I-pick mo, nakalagay kasi dito, pick the part to reinforce. So, ibig sabihin, yung unang pick, ipipick mo muna yung
Ito.
part. Oo, kasi ang nangyari siguro sa kanya, yung pinik mo, yung point na dapat na second pick yun.
Nasa, yes.
Oo, kaya maliit lang yung isa.
Okay, then this one.
Ayan. Dito, basahin niyo sir yung ano, yung kung ano yung
Check not found eh.
ulit.
Oh. Ito muna, di ba?
Okay, ayan. Ipipick mo yan sir, di ba? Ano yung sabi ko sa inyo nung ano? What I explained to you last time. If you are in the control 2, you cannot
Click the,
click
the object.
you cannot click the object here if you are in the control 2.
Oh, okay.
Why?
On top.
Because object will not be found.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you're in the control 2, pick the edge. But again, if you have a difficulties on that one, you can always press the control 2, control 4 anytime. So first, pick the part to reinforce, control 4. Once you pick that one, then control 2 and then pick the edge. So at least you can pick the object itself. Okay, sir.
Dito na siya, di ba?
Anong nakalagay doon sa ano?
Pick the shape.
Oh, yun, shape na siya. Shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Dito siya, di ba?
yeah,
Nakalagay dito.
okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
And then middle button of your mouse.
Dito, tapos.
And then yung
ito.
yan,
ito,
sige.
dalawa.
1, 2.
2.
Yun. Okay na? Yung nakita ko na sir yung nangyari diyan. Ang nangyari diyan kanina sa iyo, yung first pick mo, akala mo yun na yung shape.
Dito na.
Oh. Kaya it's very important to see the left bottom corner. I always tell the users, always look at the left bottom corner. You will not lose, or you will not get lost. Sorry, get lost. Okay, so look. Now we have a problem here.
Problem, yeah.
The problem here is this one. There is a collision. Okay, there is a collision. Now, look. If I select the green one, you can see here that the on plane is 35. Okay, 35 meaning the meaning of the 35 is 35 side, 35 bottom, 35 side. Okay. Now, if I change this one to let's say 45, enter. See,
Up.
it goes up, but no, it's not 35, maybe 50. Or maybe, let's say 55. Okay, so now, it's clear. That one is okay. Small, maybe 1 mm, 2 mm. Okay, it's clear, 55. But, again, the issue here is, the bottom is clear. But now the side become also 55.
Correct.
Correct? But I need 35,
And 35.
55, and then 35. So, to do that one, so this one is the first leg, second leg, third leg.
Correct.
So, meaning, in your own plane, you must type here, the first leg is 35, space, 55, space, 35. Enter. And, there you go.
55 space 50. 50
Mm.
ba?
55.
55 ba?
Okay? Is that clear? And then here, that one is for the green, for the other color. I changed the color so that I can identify which one I want to select. So look, in my top view, so this one is 35, this one is 35. Okay? Now, another issue here is this. This one. So, I need to move this one a little bit. Maybe 55. Okay, the green, I'm going to change this one to 60. And then this one, this one, this red, I'm going to change this to 100. Enter. So look. So I move that one to, sorry. Yeah, 100. So now there's no collision on side. But again, the collision here now is on the hook. So for the hook, you can change the you can change the start and end for the hook. So let's say for the green, the hook for the green is, I will type here 35, enter. And that's it. And the red will be 55. So now there's no collision here. Or maybe the green one, I will remove the hook. I will put it no hook. Yeah. So the green one, no hook. The reason why I put no hook, then later on I will okay, clear? Now, let's add the laser bar. I mean the link to hold these two main bar. Okay, so go to rebar. Okay, kindly look at the screen again. Go to the rebar group. So this time I will type here laser bar, and then the size will be 8. The size will be 8. The color will be yellow. And then the hook, I will choose 90 and 90 hook. Now, for the on-plane thickness, okay, this one, because this one is a close link, I'm putting the link close. Okay. Now, there is a rule if you use the close link. The rule for the close link is whatever the on-plane value should be the value to the start and end. Whatever the on-plane value should be the value to the start and end. Why? So that it will not be like this. The hook will not be like this. Okay, look. If I type here 25, the cover, and then the start is 25, and then the prompt plane is 100. Prompt plane is the distance from here to here, 100. Okay? Are you following? Okay, next is the spacing value, let's say 150. Now look, pick the part to reinforce, okay, this part, and then look what will happen here. I'm going to click 5 points. Why 5 points? To close the link. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I click. The first click is also my the first point is also my last point. So 5, and then middle button of your mouse, and then from this point to this point. There you go. So now, as you can see here, you have now. Sorry. This one is wrong. This one should be 90. Okay, so look. 90. Now, okay, let me just show you why I mentioned that the on-plane value should be the start and end. Look, if I change this one to 50 and then this one to 50, look what will happen. This is what will happen. That's the reason why the rule, if it is a closed link, must be similar value to the start and end. So that it will be like this. So now you have the laser bar. Okay, so kindly do that one. Identify if there's a clash. Okay, I don't know if there's a clash here. Okay, maybe I'll put this to 35 so that there will be a clash. So I intentionally put the clash here. So you need to select, right click, and then here clash check. Select, right click, and then clash check. So here it will identify that there is a clash. So if I click on this, see here, and then this one, main bar and laser bar, see. So that one,
Yes, sir.
it will, you can, actually if I press Control 5, yeah, it will highlight. That's the use of Control 5.
Okay, sir.
Okay, change this one to 25 again. Laser bar.
Hindi ko nagawa, sir.
Laser bar. So again, let me repeat, For the laser bar, okay, select the bar and then change bar group, change that one to H8, 8 dia bar, and then bending radius is 20, the start the start hook is 90, end hook is 90, then 25 100 25 25, and then 150 is the spacing. So look, pick the part to reinforce and then pick the shape 1 2. You can zoom in if you like. You can zoom in and rotate if you cannot see the position where you want to pick. 2 3 4 and then 5. So you can see here 18181818. If there's a decimal, then you pick wrongly. But of course, here if you backspace, then let's say you pick here, that's wrong. You can backspace. And then okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Then middle button of your mouse. Middle button of your mouse and then 1 2. And that's it. So with this method, you can any shape you can add the reinforcement. If you know the in and out of this value, then it will be much easier. Okay.
But there is a direct, right? You go to the catalog, then direct, right? Go to here, right? Then you can.
Yeah, but at the moment I will not recommend that one because that one is something like a predefined connection.
This one more better.
Yeah. Okay, so next is, look, if you go to your concrete, if you go to your concrete, look what will happen. Kindly change the concrete size to 1,500 by 2,000. Select the concrete, select the foundation, change. Naka-select assembly. Huwag mo i-select assembly, sir. Component lang. Dito. Laging select component tayo.
Wala yan eh, diba?
Isa pa. Click pa. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. So, kindly change the profile size.
Okay.
To 1,500 to 2,000. Enter. Can you see what happened?
All for one.
All follows. That's the one of the factor that the Tekla can do for us. If you have some changes, 188 by 18, 18 by 18. So it will follow automatically. Okay, clear? So now, if you redraw, so it will you can see it here now. Okay, look. What if this one is 2 meter by 1,000? And then, if I'm going to select this tree, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I select the three rebar, right click and then copy special to another object. Okay, look. I press this one as the source and this one is the destination. And this one. And this one. And this one. You get it? As long as you have the same way of adding the reinforcement and then same shape, different size, then it will work. Okay? Okay, so let me just show you quickly how it's done, and then you can continue working on this one. All right. So let's start with the column. Okay, the column. So maybe I can just simply show only selected for the column and then the beam now, the foundation. Okay. So first column, bar group. So I will type here what do you call that, main bar. Okay, main bar. And then here I'll choose 20. Alright, I'll put no hook first. And then this one I'll put 0, 0 first. Okay, distribution, I'll put the number of reinforcing bar. I think I put there 2 only, so let's put it 3, huh? Make it 3. Anyway, you can just simply add you just simply add 3, huh? Because I think I put 2 only. So make it 3 main bar. So look, pick the part to reinforce, which is this column, and then 1, 2. Middle button of your mouse, and then the range is from this point to this point. So you have now the reinforcement. Okay, so the start, okay, the start must be extended at the bottom. So the start value here must be, if this one is 1,000, okay, so I can make this one as the start as minus 850 or something. Yeah, and then the start hook, I will choose 90 degrees, but I want to control the size of the hook, so I will choose custom hook. You can select 90 degrees and then select the custom hook so that you can have the value here. So let's say the radius is 20 and then this one is 300. Minus, yes, minus.
Minus 90.
Okay, so you get it. Now, here, this one, if I redraw. So if I'm going to cut this one, I will do the cutting here. So first I need to cut the beam. Okay, cut the beam to edit and then line cut or fit part end. So I cut the beam, and then the column. What is the size of the beam? It's 700. So meaning the height of the column less 700. So if this one is 3.5, so I'll type here 2.8. There you go. Right?
Correct.
And then this this rebar, going back to the rebar, on the end, I will extend negative 1,000. And there you go. Right?
Yeah.
So now, how about the other side? What you're going to do with the other side?
Mirror.
So the other side, it's either you copy mirror or you can just simply copy directly from this point to this point. But the thing is, when you copy that one directly from that point to that point, all you have to do is to change this value to negative and this value to positive. And there you go. Same thing. Same thing with the copy mirror. Copy mirror, and this one is also same. Okay? So now I have this rebar. Okay? So now, if I want to, let's say I'm going to add the link, okay? So go to the bar group and then change this one now to links. And then this one to 10. And then change this one to, let's say, yellow. And then the hook, I will choose the 135 and then 135. Okay, and then this one I'll put 25. At the moment I'll put 50. This one is 25, 25. And then here, distribution by target space 200. Pick the part to be reinforced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Middle button of your mouse and then 1 and then 2. Okay, there you go. Now, look, the question is it possible that this link to be copied to another object from this column to this beam?
No.
It's possible. That's the good thing, because they have the same shape.
Oh.
If the beam is different shape, then I will not recommend. But this one,
If it is odd shape.
if it is the odd shape, no. But if it is rectangular or square, then that is possible. That's a good thing, because you don't need to pick again 1, 2, 3. Because look at this. You can see here that this one will start again. See, automatically it will go to that end. But again, before you copy on this one, you better do the fit part end here. And then change this one to, again, to 28. Okay, now you can copy. Actually, you can copy both, but the problem is sometimes the positioning. The reason why I don't copy the main bar is because of this. See? It goes to the side instead of the top. That's why I don't copy the main bar. But basically, you can copy also because of the positioning. You can make it correct, but you need to change this position to the rotation to front. Something like, if I select front and like this, then also not working. But anyway, what I am trying to say is you better copy only the link, but for this one, you can just simply add your own. Okay, so now that we have the link, so all I have to do is to add the reinforcement on the beam. Okay, as I've mentioned to you, you can sit here 20 millimeter, so you can just simply move this one, move 20 millimeter. Yeah, something like this, sitting to the column. Then this one also move. Yeah. And then going back to the main bar, select the main bar and then click on the concrete. Okay, before I add the reinforcement, I select the existing so that it will adapt the properties. Okay, so that you don't repeat. So same size and same. But again, I'm going to click on this one and then main bar. So here, all I have to do is to change the hook. This one should be standard and then custom. And then that one is negative 300. So the here it should be negative 300 and then negative 300. Okay, 3 also. So pick the part to reinforce, then 1, and then 2, and then 1, 2. So now, as you can see here, it goes down, so don't worry about it. So you can just simply change this one to 90, and then modify. Okay, and then this one, maybe I'll put here 400, modify. This one also custom, and then 400, and then this one is 20, enter, and there you go. So now for the other side, I will again copy instead of, no need for you to mirror because you don't need to change the UCS. All I have to do is to copy from this point to this point, and then change this one to positive, from positive to negative. Yeah, go down, and then here negative, and then negative, and then here there's a clashing, right?
Clashing.
So you need to put here, let's say negative, negative 275, maybe 275 is enough. 275, yeah. So see here. Okay, so now, as you can see, it's clear. The only thing, yeah, this one could be, there's some issue to be, we need to do some cranking here. Okay, but that one will be later. So that's how you add, and then to the column rebar, just simply copy to another object, pick this part and the column, and then you have now both of the column. So that's how you add the reinforcement for the column and beam. Okay, so you may continue on your model, and then we will do another exercise. So that I just show you quickly. So let's say this one is 800 by
400,
800 by, okay, 800 by 500.
500.
Okay, 500 by 500 beam. Okay. Okay, and then create
View.
3D view, and then edit, line cut. So from this point, pick the part to be cut from this point to the midpoint here, and then remove the part to remove, to select the part to remove, and that's the taper. As simple as that. So no need for you to look for other
Part cut, right? Or yeah?
line cut.
Or line cut. Line cut.
To set up the autosave, you can go to the settings, and then here you can see the options. So under the options, you can see here the, where is the autosave here? Under the general, there is an autosave interval. So the autosave interval is depends on the depends on your modeling or editing command. So let's say every 15 modeling or editing command, it will autosave at the background. And then when you create the drawing, every 15 drawings that it will creates, then it will autosave again. So you can change it in a smaller value. But smaller value, of course, it will always run the autosave. I think 15 commands is enough. So, yeah.
Is there a way? Is there a way? Like previously we asked how to check the clashing. And then when you identify the clashing already, is there a way or a command to automatically that the tecla will be the one to adjust it based on a reference reinforcement?
For
Example, sir, simply the stirrups, you want it having a cover of 40 regardless of the main bars inside. they will avoid the clash, but the main bars inside will still follow that it will not clash on the outside.
Okay. If you're talking about the rebar group,
Yes, sir.
then it's not possible to automatically adjust whether it will go in or go out.
Right.
But later on, we will discuss about the rebar set. This one is another way of adding the rebar, wherein the main bar will automatically adjust according to the link
Yes, sir.
or vice versa.
Correct, sir.
So that one is the rebar set.
Rebar set.
Because rebar set is the new form of adding the reinforcement. But again, we still recommend this rebar at the moment. But of course, eventually, I think in the future, it's more on the usage of the rebar set. Because adding the rebar set is totally different way in the rebar group. Anyway, later I will show you how this one works. Ano sir?
Umpisa pa lang. Umpisa pa lang.
Okay. Actually, what I want you to do in the tapered is I'm more interested for you to do the link, not the main bar, because the link is the tapered one. The main bar is just a straight one. Okay, so for this one, again rebar. We can change this group type to tapered. Okay, tapered means two cross section. So this is the first cross section. This is the second cross section. Now, if you click on this 10, okay, and then let's say 135 and then 135 here. Okay, and then here I'll put 25, and then negative 270. Let's say I'm going to do exposure. Instead of close, I will put expose. Okay, or maybe I'll do it close. Sorry, because it's close there. Then here spacing is 200. And this one is 50. Okay, so now pick the part to reinforce. This one, okay?
Correct.
And then pick the shape of the bar. So the shape is close.
Okay.
So meaning, I'm going to click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then middle button of your mouse.
Correct.
And then pick the shape of the bar to the other side.
N.
So here, where did you start here? This side, right?
Yeah.
So you need to start also on this side.
Oh.
This side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then middle button of your mouse. And that's it.
No wonder I can.
So you have already the tapered bar.
So both ends actually need.
Yes, you need to identify on the both end because the two ends are different. So you need to identify first.
Okay.
If you don't have any question, let us continue with the other example. So I'm going to put a slab here. Okay, I put a slab, and then in this slab, I want to put a lifting hook. Let's say four lifting hook. Okay, for the lifting hook, I need to use the rebar only. The rebar. So rebar is this. I go to the rebar and then this single bar. This one is a single bar. Single bar is alone. Okay. Earlier, it's a group for the links. For the lifting hook, I use only one piece or single. Of course, you can also use a double lifting hook if you want. But for this example, I'm going to use the rebar and then select this one, no hook, and then this one I'll put 0, 0, 0, 0. So if you notice here, there's no other option here. There's no spacing, right? Because it's only one. Then here, I'm going to select 1, pick the part to reinforce, and then select 1 using the number here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's my lifting. Middle button, there you go. So here, I can change the bending radius to, let's say, 50.
Or do manually.
Yes.
Do manually.
Yeah. If you want to, because there are some cases that there are some cases that the lifting hook is the bending is not this like this. Let's say the bending is this one. Pick this part. Then let's say okay, 1. Let's say the bending is this one. 1. Okay. 2. 1,000. And then go up. And then here. And then here. And then this one. See? This happens, right?
Yeah.
This happens.
Okay. Yeah. So now this is the usage of this single bar for the hook. So now you can put that one on the edge and then you can just move wherever you want to move. So in this case, now what if I want this one more rounding? Let's say if this one is 150, let's say 75. Look, 75 doesn't work because of the because my spacing is 150 and then after the radius 75, it's more than 150. Okay? I can put 70 here. Sorry. Yeah, maybe 60. Yeah, 60. But what if I want this one to be 20 and then that one is 60, 60 and then 20? So here, you can also type here 20 space 60, 60, 20.
Oh,
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
yeah. It's for bending.
You can also do that one. Okay, and then I can now place this one to the position where I want to. So I'm going to move this one as well. Move it to 50. Then there is an you can see the exposed one, right? So I can now place this. So this one, move say 2000 and then move 350 and then copy here and then here copy, then you have now you have now the lifting anchor. Okay, can you try that one? And then after that we're going to add the mesh. Is adding the mesh. Okay, adding the mesh. So under this rebar again, as you can see here, there is a mesh. Okay, mesh. So when you click this mesh, again, there is a properties at the right hand side, mesh, and then you can see here there are 3 types of mesh: polygon, rectangle, bent. Okay, remember that when you select a polygon, that will be a polygon. You cannot convert that one to bent. If you select a bent mesh, then that is a bent mesh. You cannot convert that one as a polygon as well as the rectangle. So this is the thing here with the mesh. So let's start with the, let me show you first the polygon. So for the polygon, so meaning you can just I can select the here there is a mesh here. You can select the A3, A13, or let's say A8, B10, and so on. So there's a grade here. Let's say D10. Click OK. So now, I select polygon. So pick the part to reinforce. So polygon meaning I can simply click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then middle button of your mouse, and then 1, 2, the longitudinal bar. So you have now the polygon mesh. So as you can see, this one is an outline symbol of the mesh. If you double click on the view and then display and then put the reinforcing bar to exact, then that one will be shown the mesh. Okay, so here I can put this one below. If you put here 25, enter, so that one will be inside. So again, here its distance is 100 by 100. If you want to change the distance here, let's say 200 by 200, and then modify, so that one is the mesh. But again, mesh is one entity. This one is the properties of the mesh is one entity. Okay, the question is, can we explode this one? Yes, you can explode it, you can ungroup it, but you cannot group it anymore once you explode it.
Ungroup.
Yeah, once you ungroup this one, you cannot group it anymore, unlike the link. Yeah, so this one is considered as the category of the mesh. And then if you want to let's say here, if you notice here, if you want to put the mesh below this bar, then you can type here, let's say 150 or 200. So you can change the position. So that one is the polygon. Polygon means you can pick the shape. Now let's move on to the other way. Let's say we're going to use now the rectangle. So the rectangle, if I click this one, 2 points to indicate the direction, 1 and then 2, middle button of your mouse, and then yeah, so just 2 points, then you can have the rectangle, because rectangle is the size is predefined from here. So let's say 2000 by 1000. So that one is the 2000 by 1000 mesh. Okay, so rectangle could be the the factory standard. There's a factory standard size. Sometimes when you order, these are the size that the factory can fabricate. So that one is for the rectangle mesh. Now, lastly is the bent mesh. So bent mesh is this. Where is the bent mesh? Here, bent. Okay, bent. Okay, so for the bent mesh, select this one again. 1, 2, 3, 4, Z. Okay, middle button of your mouse, then the range from this point to this point. Then you have now the bent mesh. Okay, now what if I'm going to have an opening to this slab? So polygon, click here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So automatically it will cut. But sometimes there is an opening, there is a recess, but you still want to put the mesh there. So all you have to do is to turn off this cut by father part. You just say no. So even though there's a cut, the mesh will be there. Get it? Okay. So kindly try this one, the mesh. Yeah. So kindly do that one quickly so that we can move on to the other example. Okay, now let me just give you some practical I have a beam. Let's say I have a beam. one practical application is this. If you create a 3D view, and then I'm going to add a reinforcement here. Okay, so pick the part, and then 1, 2, 3,
It's a link.
4, yeah, 5. I'm going to put a link. 25, 25. Okay? So now, you add the link, and then suddenly there is a suddenly you need to add
What's up?
yeah. So how you're going to move the links? One way is delete and then add the link from here to here, and then add the link from here to here again. So you add 2 links, or that's one way. Another way is ungroup the link and then delete these 3 and then group it again. Okay? That's another way. But there is a way that can help us easily using the direct modification. Why? Look, if I click this direct modification and then select the link, see, there is something like a modify the spacing or add, move, delete reinforcement. So if I click this move, add, delete, I can just simply select this one, delete, select this one, delete, select this one, delete. Okay? If I want to add, I just simply click this plus sign, add, and then add. So I'm going to move that one here, and then I'm going to move this one here. And see? That's it. So using the direct modification, then especially for the clashing, this one is a very useful tool. Now, what you have to do here is you can now add additional bar here. So pick this one and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's say 4, 5 middle button, and then from here to here. So something like this, see? Then that one is additional. I can just simply copy from this point to this point. And then, oops, that one is too much. I can just simply select this one and then modify here. And then this one, move. So you will notice that I can easily reinforce that opening. So using the direct modification, you can, what if I have a main bar? So let's say 620, and then this one, no hook, no hook, no hook, and then here, let's say 35. So pick the part, 1, 2, middle button, and then from here to here. So here I will change this one to 75. Okay. So now, what if I want to have a cranking here? Cranking. So what I'm going to do is first I need to split the rebar. So select this this one, Control P. From here, from the plan, I'm going to go to the main bar, select the main bar, split, and then here, split. So now, this one are 2 split part, right? Now, the problem is, when you do the split part, the problem is, I have only 2 handle, this one and this handle. But I want to, for the cranking, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 handles for the cranking, correct? So how I'm going to add a handle here? Okay, look. Again, going to the direct modification. So all I have to do is to select this midpoint and then move here, correct? Now, additional handle will be there. And then here, move here, additional handle will be there. Then, turn off the direct modification, and that's it. So you have the additional handle. All you have to do is this. Alt key, then move. I'm going to move it here. Yeah? And then again, see, it overlaps now, right? You get it? And then Alt key, and then move, let's say 30. Okay? But of course, this one need to change to negative. Approximately, I did not put, okay. See here? So if you want, you can just simply move this one correctly, then move from here to here. Okay? And then this one, you can move this one out here to here. So as you can see here, you have the cranking using the direct modification. So you can do a lot, especially if you're doing the detailing, then manipulating the rebar is quite easy. But again, like what Sir Jerry is telling, it's a practice. You need to do a lot of practice here. But once you get the idea how to deal with this one, then it will be easier.
How about if the links is not equal spacing? Near to the beam end actually is around 100, then the center one 200. Then
That's fine, because here, look, if I double click, if I click on this one, that one is you go to the manual calculation of not equal spacing. So non-equal spacing. Okay, so here, you can go to the exact value. Exact value. So for the exact value, actually here, this one is already goes to the exact value, 14,196. But okay, let me just do that one in the other way. So here, I have the concrete here. I have a lot of concretes, and then rebar. Okay, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so look, this one, if I go back to my distribution target spacing is 200. Okay, so it's 200, right? Now, I want to have this, let's say, on the moment part, then there is a smaller size or smaller spacing. So here, I will go to the exact spacing, and then here, you type here, let's say 10 into 50, and then space, then let's say 10 into 150, and then enter. And then let's say here, 5 into 200, and then 10 into 50. Something like this. But okay, this one is the manual. Now there is an application for the stirrups with the zoning. We call this one zoning,
Yes, sir.
right? I have 3 zone. In stirrup zone, in stirrup application or stirrup component, it's much easier. Why? You don't need to calculate this one. This one is a manual. So look, if you go to this application and component, and then you type here stirrups. So here, you can see here, stirrups reinforcement number 67. Okay? So this stirrups component, the good thing with this component is quite intelligent. Why? Look, the way you add this one is similar to the stirrups. Okay? So you pick 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then middle button of your mouse, and then from this point to this point. Same thing. Yeah, so it will create a stirrups now. See? Now, this one is a component. This one is not a manual stirrups like what we did earlier. So this one is available in your computer. So here you have the spacing, or if you want to have an equal cover, it can be done here. Correct? So stirrup shape, close, open, spiral, and then go to the stirrup spacing. So you can see here I have seven zoning, which is quite good enough. More than enough. Zone 1. So let's say the zone 1 is 10 into 100. And then zone 7 is to 10 into 100. And then this one is 200. So meaning, I don't put any value to the, okay, maybe I'll put the 200. So meaning, I don't put the value, so whatever the calculated one, then that will be the number of 200. So if I modify, see? Nice one. Right? Okay, now, the good thing is this. If I create 3D view of part, and then edit polygon shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, middle button.
Automatic.
Yeah.
Automatic move.
Automatic adjust here. So cut bar, yes. Or use this one, modify. See? This one is a lot more better. But again, knowing the basic is very important. Because you will not get this one if you don't know the basic.
Because you don't know how to click, where to click.
Yes, but this one is, this one is there. You can use it. The one I've shown you earlier is a manual. But knowing the manual will give you a benefits on that one. Okay? So I did a lot of things then. I want you to try that one. Okay? So try it, and then we will do another example. Maybe this time, okay, sorry. Because I still need to show you a different way of adding the reinforcement. So do this one first. Okay? Or maybe what I will do is, since I started with the component, okay? Since I started with the component, I'm going to type the different components, and then you apply it here. Apply it here. In the building. Okay? Rebar. So let me type the different, and then I will give you time to apply that one. But again, okay, I just want to remind you, this component, don't rely much on the component. Still rely on the manual way of working, manual way of adding the reinforcement. Why? Because the component is always there, but sometimes the component doesn't go to the level of what you require. There are some limitations. But if you know the manual way of working, then it's unlimited. Okay? So, I think 77 is for the footing. 82 and 83 is for the column. So 82, 83 is for the circular and rectangular. And then 67 is for the beam. Also S90 is for the beam. And then what else? Okay, you can use the corbel connection, corbel connection with rebar as well. And then you can use also the mesh. There is a mesh for our wall. And then also there is an edge bar. Edge bar is to strengthen the edge of the concrete, especially for the wall. Okay? So you just type all these keywords, and then it will show in your screen. Okay? Okay, let me just, I will quickly demonstrate it to you, okay? And then you follow, okay? So look, if I type here 77, so I have the pad footing reinforcement. So pad footing reinforcement, I want you to modify this one. You have the primary bar, change the size. Secondary bar, change the size. Laser bar, and then apply, and then okay. So if I click on this one, there you go.
Automatically.
Yeah, see? But again, as I've told you, it's there, but don't rely too much. Don't rely too much. I still want you to focus more on the manual modeling. That one is the best. It will help you out as well. Okay, so number, that one is 77. Number 83, rectangular column. So look, if I double click on this one, see this rectangular column? So look, if I click this column, then there you go. Then number 82, this one, circular column. So this one is for this. Okay? If you want to extend this one, then find the way. Right? Everything is there, but find a way. If not, then explode and then extend. So you can always explode this one and then move it manually. Okay? If the option is not here anymore, explode and then move. And then number 67. So, sorry. 67 is the stirrups. What? I think 63. Yeah, sorry, 63, not 67.
63 is the mean.
63 is the beam, 67 is the stirrups. So 63, look, if I click on this one, see, I have now and then look at the stirrup spacing, and then the advance, you can see here the hook, the position of the hook. Alright? And then here, if I want to connect this column to beam, I will type here Corbel. Corbel number 14. So pick the column, pick the beam. Sorry. Corbel 14. Select the column and then select the beam. Okay. Okay. Wait. Because, be careful, because the beam could be, beam is precast. Then why it doesn't, okay. Because of my column is something like, I changed the column to, where's my column? Because there is a, sorry. Let me just do that one in the other column. So let's say this one. Here. Hide. Okay, so let's say this one. So type again Corbel. Pick the column and pick the beam. Then there's a Corbel. Column and beam, there's a Corbel. Right? If you want to add the reinforcement to the Corbel connection number 81, select the column and then select the Corbel, and then middle button of your mouse, then you have now this Corbel rebar. Okay? What else? The mesh. So this mesh, okay, here. If I create 3D view of part here, and then I'm going to add, let's say, an opening. Yeah? And then I type here mesh. This one, mesh. So this mesh is a 2-layer mesh. You can put 1 layer or 2 layer if you like. Unlike the mesh earlier, we pick it manually, right? This one will automatically put a mesh there. And then lastly, the edge. Edge. What is edge? This one is to strengthen the edge of the, see? There is a edge. Trimmer bar. Yes, trimmer bar. Okay? So, Want to try? So try that one, and then after that, we're going to add the reinforcement. No, sorry. We're going to discuss the rebar set.
Okay.
Okay? Another way of adding the rebar.
Sir, may question ako.
Yes.
Then, sa
Mesh. Again, go to the concrete, and then here you have the mesh. You need to select first the bent. Okay, because you cannot use the bend. You cannot use the polygon for bending. And then select the part to reinforce this one, and then pick the shape. So bent means you need to do the shape. So the shape is, let's say, Z 1, 2, 3, 4, or even if I bend it down, it's okay. Then middle button of your mouse. So the shape is like this. Middle button, and then from where to where? Let's say from here to here only. And that's the bent mesh. Okay? Okay, to those of you who have finished this one, try to add the reinforcement on this slab. Try to add the reinforcement here. So you will notice here that if you have the same slab, then you will notice that you can use the, if I may create a 3D view here. So Control P. So here, as you can see here, you can use something like reinforcement here, up to here, and then here. So there will, and then just give it a try. To those who finish the first exercise. Okay, as you notice here, we use the rebar group, okay, and then we use the component, okay. There's another one which is the rebar shape catalog. Rebar shape catalog is, you have already the predefined shape.
Rebar shape catalog.
Yeah. Rebar shape catalog is something like a predefined shape, and we are going to use the predefined shape and then add to our concrete. Okay, so, okay, look, rebar shape catalog, yes. So if I'm going to, if I have something like a column here, okay, so select the rebar shape catalog. So what is this rebar shape catalog? So look, if I want to use the straight rebar, this one is straight rebar. Remember, when we add the straight rebar, we need to pick the part and then pick the position 1, 2, and then so how many clicks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minimum 5 clicks. Depends on the shape. So this one is a straight bar. What happened here is, if you have the straight bar, you can specify the size. Let's say H20, and then the color is 2, and then the group is let's say number of reinforcing bar is 3, okay. Plane cover is 35. So if I click apply, this one is a straight bar, straight bar. So if I click apply, look at my cursor. I'm going to put my cursor to the surface of this column. Look, if I put my cursor here,
Is it our window same? Our window same?
yeah, yes.
Our window no same.
Yeah, it's the same. This one. So look, if I apply this one, and then if I put my cursor here, see? Can you see that one? Can you see the shape? If I click here, automatically there will be a rebar there. See? If I click here, in this side, or you need to identify where you want to click. So if I click here, then I have now the reinforcement there. So look, I have two reinforcement already by using the rebar shape catalog. But again, this one, if you click OK, it can be, if you double click, it will be here as well. So if you want to have a hook from the bottom, standard, modify like this, and then you can change also the costume, negative, and then this one is 20, and then let's say start, this one is negative 250, enter. So the usage of this one is to apply and then you modify.
How can do no same?
Here?
Is it same?
Yeah, same. Okay, one more thing before you continue. I'm going to use the pipe bend, which is number 51, or let's say 51. So this one is the bend. Then the size is, let's say, 10. Okay, 10, and then the radius is 20, and then the group is, I'll choose the spacing 200. So general number, let's say 6, and then now apply, and then look, see, if I click this point, and then you have now this.
So where to put the spacing?
The spacing is under the group.
Oh, under the group.
So now you can adjust this one. So look, I can adjust this one first. Let's say 50, modify, and then this one, okay, 25 is okay, and then this one is 50 also, and negative 40. This one is 40. Yeah, so you have now the it's a lesser click. As long as the shape is available in this one, then you can apply it. To create a long slab here, let's say slab. 1, 2. This one, 18-meter slab. Okay, an 18-meter slab, and then under this 18-meter slab, I want to create another slab here. $3,000. This one, another slab, but this one is, what is the size of this? It's 500. So maybe I'm going to put here 300, and then this one is I'm going to put this one behind. Below, yeah, behind. It's below, yeah.
Oh, means is the
Yeah, and then this one.
clean.
Yes, and then I'm going to make this one as 300 as well. And then I'm going to do the cutting here. Cutting, so here, edit, polygon cut. So as you can see here, I'm going to cut from here, say 500, control 500, and then this one, this one, here, and then middle button of your mouse. Okay, so you can see here, now I have this one. So maybe for the cutting, I will not cut thoroughly, but I'm going to cut only the I'm going to move this one, and then this one need to change to front, behind, and then 0, front. Okay, and then the cutout will be 200 only. Okay, so now that you have this, I can now select this one and this, and then show only selected. So look at the shape here, right? So there is a drop. There is a drop. But in this case, okay, in this case, you can add this one now to add to cast unit. Add to, and then select this one.
So become together.
Become together as cast unit. But if you really want this one to be one entity as one. Because here, if you select this one, it select only the long one, and then this one select the. So if you want to make this one entity, you can select both, and then right click. No, not this one, but convert the part to item. Okay. You need to add this one to the as a member. Add material, this one. Attach to part. But okay, wait. I will let us do the other way. As you can see here in the slab, the cast unit type is cast in place. This one is also cast in place. Now, under the concrete, there is a pour view. Pour view. Pour view is something like it will become as one unit. At the moment, this one is considered as two. Even though it's one cast unit, but it's still considered as two parts, correct? But in the pour view, it will be as one entity. But why our pour view is off? See here, the pour view is off. So we can turn on that one. Turn on. So how to turn on? First, save your model. And then Control E. Go to the Control E. And then type here pour. This one is the option in the CIP. So pour, I want you to enable the pour management. Enable pour management. Set it true. Pour management true. You click all the categories. All categories. Here. All categories.
Where?
Pour and then select all categories.
Where? Okay. Then
And then enable pour management.
so it's true.
Yeah, true. Okay? And then apply. Okay? The option will not change until you close and reopen the model.
Apply.
Okay? So meaning, if I close this one, apply and okay, and then open again the model. So open, and then resend. So select again the model and then open it, and then save. So you need to reopen the model. So that this pour view will be enabled. Now, again, what is pour? Pour. Pouring is, especially if we're talking about the CIP, cast in place, pouring is, this pouring is very important for the concrete contractor because they are going to order the delivery of the concrete to pour in the site. So, using the pour, they need to know the volume of the concrete that they're going to order. Right?
Correct.
So this is the meaning of this pour. Now, look, since this one only works in the CI cast in place, this one, if the cast unit is cast in place, then it will work. If this one is precast, if this one is precast, then it will not change. So look, look. If I turn on the pour view, click the pour view, look, all the cast in place becomes this color. Yeah, become this color. All the cast in place become this color. Now, this one doesn't change because this one is precast. Okay? But look, if I change this one to CIP or cast in place, look what will happen. Can you see now the your beam? Can you see the beam? Can you see the line? No line, right? See? No line. See, this is what you want, right?
Yeah.
Even this one is additional part because this one is CIP. It will be considered as one concrete. Okay, now, this point of time, okay, I'm going to show you the other way of adding the reinforcement. Earlier, we used the rebar group. So we pick this shape, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pick the shape. Now we have this so-called, what's that? Rebar set. Rebar set. So the rebar set, how does it work? So look, if you click on this rebar set, you can see that there is a create crossing bar and then create longitudinal bar. Crossing bar is usually for the links. Longitudinal bar is for the main bar. Okay, so let's see. Let me, okay, before I apply that one to this one, I'm going to apply it to the beam first. To the beam. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so my beam is, let's say, 800 by 500. Okay, so for the beam, let me apply first to the beam. Look, longitudinal bar. So if I click this one, you can specify the size of the bar here, 20. And then this one, if you notice, the spacing zone is different, totally different from the previous one. Okay? So you can see there's a percentage, the length, the number of targets, and then layer number, auto. Okay? So this one is totally different. Okay? So look, but the good thing is, this one is similar to the catalog. Why? Because look, if I select this create longitudinal rebar and then put my cursor here, look, if I put my cursor here, see? It will select the shape, right? Now, if you click this one, if you click the shape, it will ask us which part you want to add this longitudinal bar. I can put on the four side or I can put on the top and the bottom only. Okay? So let's say I will select the top and then press the control key and then the bottom. And then middle button of your mouse. See? Much better, right? Okay, now, this is another good thing. Under the create crossing bar, okay, crossing bar. So this time I will choose 8 and then I will choose the color blue. Okay? And then look, again, crossing bar. If I select this one and then 1, 2, 3, 4, pressing the shift key, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then middle button of your mouse. See? Automatically it will adjust. See? It will not do the clashing. But the problem here is I want my link to be outside. Correct? So all I have to do, okay, for the rebar set, this is usually, we always use the direct modification here. Okay? If I click this direct modification and then select this part, and then you can see these are the rebar set commands. If I click this one, so you can see this one. No, not this one. Where is that? Here, move to outermost layer. You get it? If I click move to outermost layer, look what will happen. See how it does? This is the one that you're asking earlier. See? No clashing. Automatically, it will identify the location of the first rebar. Right. And how about this one? This one, I can use the end detail. add this end detail and then click here. Sorry. Yeah, so I have the guideline. This is the guideline for the end detail. If I double click on this one, I can change the end detail to 135. And then this guideline, I will change this one to 135. Okay, so this one is the rebar set. Now, the good thing with the rebar set is this. Okay, this one is nothing because the good thing of the rebar set is this. Remember our shape? Remember this shape? If I click a pour view and then add a rebar set here, rebar set crossing, see? It identifies the shape. So if I click on this one and then click 1, 2, 3, I press the shift. So the rebar will be 1, 2, 3, 4 here, correct?
Yeah.
And then let's say this one is something like adjust the guideline. The guideline will be from this point to this point only. And then from here to here only. Okay? Yeah, here and then here. Okay, so that is the guideline. So meaning the range of the reinforcement is up to there only, and then click. There you go. Again, I'm going to use this one. See this one? So select this shape, and then guideline again. So from this point to this point, or maybe this one, let's see. This one to this. And then middle button of your mouse. See? And look. Right? So that is the rebar set. Okay, can you try that one first to the beam? Because later on, I can also use that one here in your here. See, it identifies. The good thing is this one. If I use the longitudinal bar, see this one. If I click on this one, where is the longitudinal bar? I have the longitudinal bar here. Longitudinal bar here, longitudinal bar here, 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 and here. Like this one, longitudinal bar. Correct? All around. So, if I'm going to pick the midpoint, see, I have now all the longitudinal bar. Quite simple, right? But again, this one is a new option in Tekla structure, the rebar set. But for me, this one is good. But I rather, because I'm used to the way of doing the rebar group, So I'm more comfortable to use the rebar group. But again, it's not what do you call that? There's no harm if you want to explore on the rebar set. You want to explore more on the rebar set.
The links? How to put the links?
These links?
Ah.
Yeah, it's same thing. You just go to the crossbar and then here. Because this link is something like here, let's say, oh no. Because it will be this one, this, but here, go down here. This one, extend here. something like this, and then enter.
This one is close.
Yeah, this one is close. But again, something like as I've told you, since this one is for me it's quite new, then I'd rather use the rebar group. I will be much more, better for me personally. The rebar group, I can go through that one easily. Even though this one looks like easier to apply, but if you're not used to the way of working on the rebar set, then sometimes it's difficult to modify. Okay, the rebar group, it's easier to modify at the moment. At the moment. For the beam, what you can do is this. You go to this beam, let's say 10 meters or 12 meters. Okay, so that no need for the splicing. So for the beam, you can use this inverted T-beam, modify, so like this, right? But in this case, if you want to have a bigger section, so usually what is the height? So H is I don't know what is the height, maybe 1 meter
1.5.
or 1.5. Okay, just give me the data. Then S, the thickness here is what? 1,800.
Oh, the thickness what?
800?
1,000, right?
800.
1,000?
That one,
Over
1,000.
1,000, right?
So meaning this one is 250, 250. The corbel is 250, 250.
Oh, no.
No cover.
No. I think this one 2,500. Sorry.
The cover is
2,500. 2,500.
okay,
Sir.
3,000.
Oh, 3,000 then 2,000 yata sa center.
Okay, the total height is
Ayun.
total height is 1.5.
Ah.
1.5. This one is 3,000. And then this one is the corbel is 1,000. T is 1,000. And then the B is 3,000. And then the T is 2,000. This one is 2,000. Huh? Okay, and then apply and okay, and then modify. So this is the size.
Okay.
And then why it's okay, here 0. Okay, now this one is your this one is your beam, and then above here this one is what, 2,000. So let's say 2,000 by let's say 2,000 by 2,000, and then this one is front. Color is, this one is the CIP. Yeah. So there you go. So this one is the one that you're going to add the reinforcement. Okay. Now for this here, you can just simply go to edit, polygon cut. So click this one, let's say 3,000. Okay, and then copy this one. Yeah. And then again, polygon cut here, maybe a smaller one. And then copy this one.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, that's it. So you have now the this shape, and then you add the reinforcement there, similar to that.
But we have the opening, right? When the only opening of the columns. No, the pipes, actually, the pipes.
Oh yeah, but that one is later.
Later on,
Yeah.
yeah, I can. Okay, right.
Okay, so this one you can change actually the side, maybe 1,000 only, yeah, or yeah, something like this.
Precast below cast is zero.
Precast, then this one is cast in place. And then everything you need to select is this precast. Even the reinforcement is at the top, then you select the blue one.
Precast.
When you do the...
We no need to include the cast in situ also, right?
no need, but this one is just for your reference because let's say for example, if you want to have this rebar, so if you select this one, select this bottom and then here 1, 2,
Oh, okay.
3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6 middle button. Yeah.
Okay.
And then for this one, simple. You can just simply pick this one, 1, 2. This you can change this one to 25 and negative 50 and no hook for the meantime. But of course this one has a hook. And then here number of this one,
How many numbers?
say 16. Yeah, see?
Okay, okay. Recorded, sir, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll continue on this one on Friday, and we are going to create the drawing out of this one.
Yeah.